works. Yay. Live streaming with Xtra Crypto. It's been a while since I've live streamed with anybody. You too? Xtra?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I don't know what was going on my end. But no, this is it's been a while since I live streamed. I think the last time I live streamed was with you too.
Myself and Hayden back in like December, maybe.
Yeah, it might have been around December, November, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, here we are. Started a couple minutes early, guys, because I was like, hey man, if we don't, sometimes you have a backstage conversation that you wish the audience had been able to listen to. So we're like, let's just do it. And a lot of people watch the rerun anyhow. So I wonder if I did put this on my X. So we've got one person in YouTube. Woohoo! And 3 on X. It's Monday morning. Nice. We're just going to get this on record. I mean, this is the thing. We're in this crypto industry that moves really fast. And sometimes you can plan a thing in advance and be really deliberate about it. Hey, John May, it's been a while. And all that. Sometimes you just go and produce and let the chips fall where they may. Right, Xtra?
Right. Yeah, no. I think that we have good dialogue enough to where like we could just like probably go for like an hour straight and just talk about pTGC and UFO and Pulse Chain all day, honestly, because we already do that behind the scenes. So
yeah. So let's talk about what we've been working on. I mean, have you been working on anything like for the Grays? What you got cooking, man? Don't disclose anything that needs to be top secret. But
there's a couple of things, but I think I like the approach that if it's done, it's done, and then people can see it for what it is. So just talking about it, I think, brings bad luck sometimes. So I just kind of keep that stuff reserved.
It kind of like the website launch on Saturday. We just pulled the trigger on it. Finally, tried to get it as tuned up as possible, and then we're like, it's time. And then we have a few things to clean up now that it's live that were brought to our attention. Whatever, we'll get through them. Thankfully, we have other people to do all that too. But I say we, but I'm like Zen really is the one that's doing all that. Hey, do you know what this is? You see that comment from Kick? I'm streaming on Kick, by the way, because B Roots suggested it, but I don't know what this is. He came in my stream yesterday. He was on my stream yesterday and had some kind of acronym like that, and I don't know what it is. I don't. So, yeah, I'm working on So this morning I'm working on getting that Spaces summary. I couldn't get it last Monday because of my computer issues, but I'm getting I make a summary of the Spaces, and I like to not just do the text part of it, but add a video because some people like to watch the video. And so I recorded it once already this morning, but my computer didn't record my audio. So I'm just going to go use my StreamYard and record a video after this and then pop it up on X and get it propagated. Hey, and I learned something because I was wondering this because you watch videos on X?
Yeah.
You probably do. What happens when you're done with video? Another one pops up, right?
Right.
So I want to be that other one that pops up. The only way to do that is to get more of my videos on X. Like I'll be watching a Crypto Coffee and I'm done with his and Tiger Crypto God pops up. Well, Brave Banana needs to pop up every now and again too, man. So
I'll say you've been doing a great job. Just from observing from the background, like you really stepped up the content creation game. So kudos to you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been like popping up a lot of the stuff on my YouTube channel that was in my video editing software just until the site launched, and then I'm just throwing it up on my YouTube channel. But I am going to be creating more content, and I do want to get out in the public. And I don't got to be the only one, guys. You guys are watching this. You guys can make videos too. I mean, if you have the ability, if you need help, reach out. I'll walk you through some stuff. It's like, I almost want to say it's like stupid simple the way I do it, the tool that I'm using. But literally, like, I want to get video content up on X. And here's the thing too. If you guys have the ability to download those videos, I asked Grok today, you can reload them up onto your X and reach your audience with my videos or whatever videos. But of course, I'm thinking pTGC, and I've got some red hot video pitches, like 3 to 5 minutes on my channel. You can download those, pop them up on X. I'm going to do it. And then they get propagated around, and we'll get new eyeballs on pTGC. And that's the idea, right?
I think it's just the climate and overall crypto right now that's like, it's like unless you're very consistent, those are the only ones that are going to stand out, is the people that have just been consistently posting, consistently talking, relaying good information out there. And that's going to pay off, especially when green candles rise again, and just the success of Pulse Chain in total, how much pTGC can benefit from that. It's going to be, it's going to be a great thing to see, especially when people have so much content to go through, even when there wasn't green candles and stuff like that. So it kind of eases people's minds of like, oh, well, this person was consistent with their messaging, so let's hear it.
Yeah, good point. And having that library of videos for people to binge watch and learn about pTGC, yeah, that's going to be, very important. So I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm going out of town next week for I shouldn't even say this publicly. I shouldn't. I knew better than that. But yeah, that bums me out because I won't be able to work. But oh well. Yeah. What do you think of the new website, goptgc.com?
I was just going to say, I really like the site. I like that it matches the logos now. Whereas like before, the old site, actually, I really liked the old site too. So there was really nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. It's just better branding though, better marketing. There's a lot more statistics on there, obviously. And, even we'll dive into this too, but the referral system that is on the home site, that's going to be very, very it's going to be interesting to see play out, because you can't really tell like the future of things, but just the way, and you can break this down too, so people can have a better understanding. But this is going to be very significant when people start looking at alternatives to the Pulse Chain ecosystem.
The referrals system you're talking about, if they're looking for something on the edge, yeah, there's going to be a certain type of people that is going to attract, people like myself, maybe yourself. Not everybody is not going to resonate with everyone, but there's a certain people, certain type that are really going to get a hold of that referral system, and they're going to go crazy with it, and what the only thing that can happen, the only is a positive. I can't think of a negative outcome. And the positive is green candles. So,
well, either way, it's generating volume and it's burning tokens either way. So, I think it's a net positive, if anything. I know sometimes people can get sketched out by like referral links and codes and stuff like that. But if you understand how it's designed, it's actually genius. So.
Yeah, I get a little sketched when somebody was like, hey, buy this thing and use my referral link. Like, are you being genuine?
Right.
You doubt their genuineness if they're shilling a referral link. But hey, man, probably 90% of the people don't think that way. Maybe, hopefully. And I'm going to tell you what, I shilled pTGC, and I will genuinely without a referral code. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know recently, I didn't use the referral code. I had mentioned it, but I wasn't like stressing out about it, because either way, more people onboarded, it really doesn't matter whether or not they use my referral link. Would it be nice? Sure, but the overall objective is to introduce people to really good products, and pTGC and UFO present a really good opportunity. You know, even if you're thinking like, well, I just want good performance and I want leverage to possibly get a better position in core coins. I mean, pTGC has been like literally the only thing on chain that has been catching eyeballs of people that, you know, even really don't even like Richard that much, but they're like, huh, that's interesting, right?
Yeah. Thanks for saying something about my mic, Paul. Paul is my mic friend. I cleared all my cookies the other day, and I forgot I need to check my mic settings every time, regardless whether I clear my cookies. So, yeah. What's exciting to me is like the Grace community is like one of the only remaining communities on Pulse Chain. Like I think it's the Grace community, the PDI community, and the community maybe that like Liberty Swap has gathered around them, and that might be it.
Yeah. So, and you know, it's times like this where it shapes the momentum moving forward. Like how many people are sticking around, how many people are holding the line with whatever tokens they're inside of. And, you know, just speaking from a chart perspective, you know, pTGC has handled Pulse Chain's downfall pretty well over the last year. Even though it's gone down with Pulse Chain, it's still like the ratio is maintaining above that key critical point of like six pulse per pTGC. So I think all the smart people in the community realize that that's probably the bottom of the ratio that we're going to experience moving forward.
Yeah, unless we get an extreme pullback with
right,
you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think we're in the 6 to 7 range. We're 7.35 today. Oh, I didn't. Hold on a second. I got to share my screen. I was showing this on my stream yesterday, and this is always impresses me. I just haven't been looking at it consistently on my stream, but this is the pTGC WPLS chart right here. NWPLS, pulse terms, lifetime, in the weekly. Look at that up and to the right. And sure, it's having a difficult time right now, but look at all that upward momentum up against Pulse Chain for its lifetime. And the whole time, Pulse Chain has been going down. And same thing in USD. I mean, it's up and to the right in both. Having a bit of a hard time with Pulse Chain working against us, but overall, pTGC has been crushing it against Pulse Chain. So what's going to happen when Pulse Chain reverses? We've been saying this for 2 years. What's going to happen? It's pretty clear.
Yeah, new all-time high ratio inbound.
Yeah. We've already been to 22. We're going higher, man.
And so even if Pulse Chain really went back to those levels that pTGC was at when pTGC made its new all-time highs, there's going to be a significant up and to the right just from that move in itself, because there's more tokens burned. The token distribution is a lot more, I would say, spread out than it was before. And there's just a lot more cool stuff. Like I said, the new site, the referral program. pTGC is designed to really perform if Pulse Chain can just show a fraction of life. Now, if we all believe that Richard Hart is going to make this whole ecosystem go bananas, prairie banana.
I know.
Yeah. I think that pTGC is going to be one of those tokens that catches not just Pulse Chain off guard, but the entire crypto community off guard, because it's going to show up on the crypto market cap, CoinGecko. And before you know it, Pulse Chain can be just at sacrifice price ranges, which roughly that's like what, 3 zeros and a 1 or something like that. And pTGC is probably close, if not, probably at 1.5 to $2 billion market cap.
That's like 100x for pTGC, probably.
Yeah. And that's really conservative, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I know. I've been talking about how easy it is. Easy. I don't want to, scratch that from your memories, but 1000X, man. I mean, Pulse Chain is literally 10X below SAC, 10X to SAC price, 10X beyond SAC price, which is not going to impress no one, especially Richard. And if pTGC does just 10X against that, that's a 1000X. What? That'll put us at 8 cents. That's crazy.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm a pretty based in logic person, but it's very possible to really get anxious and nervous because price can go up a lot faster than people assume. And especially with the successful Pulse chain, and not to mention the other pairs that are paired with pTGC. I know we just added an ETH pair, right? That ETH pair is going to be solid, especially when it makes new all-time highs. And even just like Hex, Pulse X, the pairs that we have now, it's like if you think that there's even going to be 100X across the cores, I mean, basically you're kind of staring at, not financial advice, but probably somewhere around 2500X.
A 500X for the cores.
20. Well, if you're 100Xing the cores, roughly that would probably land conservatively if the ratio maintains, if it just goes back to all-time highs, and whatever sell pressure there is, I still think that 2500X is definitely reasonable for top of bull cycle. It's definitely reasonable. People need to get past the trauma of red candles because all it takes is a simple 50X in Pulse chain, and pTGC is just a monster cooking at that point.
Yeah.
UFO too, by the way. UFO's ratio was, I believe it was a 2-to-1 at one time against Pulse. And right now it
was close. Was it actually? Let's have a look.
I think so. It might have been. It might have been.
It was close to dropping to 0. I remember that. So maybe, let's see. We'll go see together. NWPLS. I think, you might be right, man. It was dropping the 0 that we couldn't get past. Let's see here. Yeah. 1.88. It might have hit, it might have hit 2.
So it's relatively close even still.
Super close, yeah.
And if you just wanted to be very conservative and say, well, it's only going to go back to where it did before, right? That is crazy buy opportunities on UFO, even where it's at right now. Like if you're looking at it from a ratio perspective, I mean, this coin can take off against Pulse because it has a less supply, right? And it's actually burning more pTGC than pTGC itself at times.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have people that are
5 times X, 5 times more.
Right. And when you have people that are not interested in totally jeeting their pTGC off, they might want to just accumulate UFO because it's contributing to their price appreciation on their stakes and stuff. So like it's a multi chess game if you really wanted to, if you're all about ratio trading or whatever. But if you're in it for the long haul, right now the evidence that pTGC and UFO is displaying, it's going to be the best performing asset on Pulse chain for years to come, and it's already designed that way. And what we've seen already, I mean, it's working perfectly. Game plan and game theory is working just how it was designed.
Yep. Yeah, we just need. Well, we don't even need. We've talked about this on Spaces. We don't need Pulse chain to perform, but it sure helps.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that Pulse chain is forever down, and like I don't think it won't be forever down. It'll definitely have its season, but it's really it's nice to know that something has performed up and to the right on something that was forever down, because then we talk about this all the time, even just the slightest momentum upward. And we've seen it even, I want to say around New Year's, when we started, we thought we hit rock bottom, and then there was a little bit of a slingshot upward. pTGC did like a 2x on Pulse, just like in its moves from where we were in New Year's. And right now, like we're at pivotal, like not financial advice, but good buy opportunities for where these coins can go. Even if Pulse Chain decides to chop sideways, it's really kind of indicating to me that regardless, these coins want to move against Pulse and their pairs.
Yep. Well, like Paul Sachs says, the pTGC PLS ratio is floating between the 786 and the 618 on fib retracement levels. Great time to traditionally to load up. Or you put it another way, I like this. Or pTGC is on sale, 78.6% to 61.8% off. Yeah, and we've seen it, man. When Pulse Chain turns around, when it all it has to do is all you have to do is glance over at Pulse Chain, pTGC and UFO start to move. It's an incredible response to see.
And even where UFO is at right now, like you've seen the volume and stuff is very, very low volume. There's been hours even where it's like there's no activity, but the fact that UFO is holding the price that it is and the holders that it has, it's telling for the future. I think, in my personal opinion, I think that that UFO is technically a better buy, in my opinion, right? I'm not speaking for anyone except for myself when I look at this stuff. But like I said, if you think that Pulse Chain can even just perform just a little bit, then I think, in my opinion, UFO is probably the more undervalued token. But still, even pTGC at the levels where it's at right now, I looked at the chart and looked at some of the boxes that I had drawn for like what is a high risk area to DCA, what's a medium risk, and what's like, a really good buy zone. And right now, like not financial advice, but we are in a zone that, it's looking like we've hit close to bottom, barring anything else happening with Pulse, like if we continue to go down, or the liquidity pairs go down, of course. But other than that, I mean, everything's looking really strong. I mean, right now you see the UFO liquidity to market cap ratio. What other token has that in cryptocurrency? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, me too. I've asked on stream, and if you guys have any comments, you can DM me, put it in the comments here. You can DM Extra Crypto. I'm just invited people to DM you, man.
Go ahead. I don't care. I mean, I don't really care, but yeah, no.
It might be worth asking Grok, actually.
I think that even some of the quote unquote blue chips that people talk about, if they might be lucky to have like a 15 to 20% liquidity to market cap ratio.
Yeah.
And right now UFO sitting at 45. So
it's crazy. Picked up 3 holders yesterday. Yeah, the UFO did, which is very, very unusual, pretty high from there was a month, I want to say it was December. It was less than, I think we lost holders in December or something like that.
I think people were they were looking at the ratio between pTGC and they were probably like, they probably made some impulsive decisions, but that's just speculation on my end.
Sure. Yep. And we picked up 11 pTGC holders in the last 24 hours too, which is really cool. Liquidity, $2 million, volume 23,000. It's actually up 12% over the last 7 days. Well, that's good. Yeah. The volume on Pulse Chain right now is it is horrible.
It's low all around.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. It's low all around crypto. How are you on like the overall market? Like what's your outlook for bear market, bull market cycle?
So I think that, shout out to Saint Wolf. Saint Wolf had mentioned this a couple streams ago that I had watched. I tuned in, and he said that, when things go ballistic, right, usually the majority of the crowd waiting on that stuff is they're wrong, right? They're wrong on their timing analysis. They're wrong on their thesis of what's going to happen. because that's just how markets work. So I think we're actually probably going to be bullish into Q2, maybe even the very end of Q2. And then we could have a little bit of a pullback in Q3, maybe even Q4. But I think Pulse Chain in particular, I'm not speaking for the rest of the markets, I'm just speaking in Pulse Chain terms. I think we've experienced the worst, in my opinion. So wherever we end up, whether it's a 10x by the end of the year, whether it's a 3x, I just think that Pulse Chain is probably going to go more upside than down, probably for the next couple of years, at least 18 months. Because we've had time to accumulate, and people like to draw comparisons of Pulse Chain's chart to things like XRP and Tron. And if you actually look at Tron's chart, this is probably the more recent chart that Pulse Chain, people, comparing like the activity on Pulse Chain in the chart to what Tron did. Tron actually had a brief period where they went up a little bit, and then they went down, chopped sideways, and then they went up. But they did that in like a span of so the first 3.5 years, it was down, had a little bit of a come up, and then it just kind of capitulated, went back down, and then you started to see the major gains inside of it. But it took time. It took like six years for Tron to be at where it's at now. And I think Pulse Chain is probably going to be similar, but I think we've went down more than Tron. So in my opinion, I think the more we went down, the faster we're probably going to pump up, to the upside. We're probably going to make a nice little hockey stick going into 28, if I had to take a guess on Pulse Chain.
Wow, 28. Yeah, that's only through this year, 26, and then 27, then we'll be into 28. So
I think 27 is going to be a very, very bullish year for Pulse Chain.
Huh. I hope you're right, man.
I think this year too.
Yeah, me too. I don't know when this year, but we got to we have like 10 months at least. This year.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, you say this year, well, yeah, you got 10. That encompasses 10 months, 10 full months. So it's a lot of time.
I think the game plan is probably going to be, if I were to just take a guess, this is just me recklessly speculating, I would take a guess that there's going to be major upsides in the core coins, and there's going to be a lot of sell pressure because of that upswing that we have. There's a lot of people that were DCAing around these ranges, maybe a little bit higher. But I think that there is going to be a time where we move up, and it's really good energy in the community. We have a little bit of a sell-off temporarily, and then I think people just get left behind. So I think that it'll be a good opportunity for people with a good amount of supply to take a breath of fresh air, and they're just gonna sell. Sell pressure always happens, so not everyone's gonna hold their tokens. But I think that is the key pivotal point where people start to read the chart too heavy, and they're like, well, Pulse Chain went back to SAC a little bit over. This is it for until 2028. And then I think benevolence happens where the floors are raised, and it's making you buy in higher. And you're not going to have the same effect that you had on the chart as you did.
Interesting. Yeah, I think there will be some sell pressure going up because this bear market has been years. People are, they're ready. They're beyond ready. So
I actually think that we might see the ProveX token launch in the summertime.
Yeah. You had stated that before. I wonder. I mean, he hasn't launched it yet, so
it makes sense for my thesis on like what's possible for Pulse Chain. That token launching could be the top signal temporarily, and then people are like, okay, this is it. This was fun. I made a nice little 10, 20x, and then people try to time the markets, and that's when I think. I'm not going to say like certain benevolence is going to step in and make sure that the chart is going in their favor. So I don't think, like I said, the people that had affected the chart with their supply and made the chart what it is, they're not going to have that power too much longer.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I like what Paul says. It makes sense. Pulse chain needs 12 months plus at SAC level in order to move up. In other words, it needs to establish a floor at SAC level, to gain the confidence of the market, I think.
Yeah. And if you were spitballing that, you'd go, well, could it do at least like a 5x from its all-time high? Probably. And that actually kind of goes into play with people, they see it going back down. Maybe it hits 4 zeros and a 7 again for Pulse, and people are like, see, this is another bad bear market, whatever, and then just left behind from there.
Yeah.
They try to time the market and they just get screwed.
Yep. Okay. I told my audience that I would stream. What did I tell the guys? I forget. I think on Zoom we zoomed on, I think it was Friday. And I told the guys, I'm like, the day after we make the new system live, I'll do a live stream, which I didn't say the first business day because my weekends are packed because we made it live on Saturday. I'm like, I'm not doing something on Sunday, but I was thinking like, hey, you and I talked about streaming after it goes live. And then I told my audience and like, we'll talk about marketing referral codes. Once it, the day after it goes live. It just went live on Saturday. So I'd like to talk about the referral system a little bit more, maybe even pull up the new site and pTGC-UFO and review the stats, and then talk a little bit about marketing these referral codes. Because I'll be honest, man. Sure, I want people to buy pTGC with my referral code. That's great.
Yeah.
More importantly, okay, I don't even care if for every one person that buys with my referral code, 10 people buy with someone else's referral code. Wow, that's even better. So now like my mindset is equip people to get their referral codes clicked on and used. And if I don't even earn anything, I'll be happy with that. And I think you would probably be the same mindset. I mean, it would be buys on the chart. Chart goes green, bags inflate, everybody wins. Right?
Right.
So,
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the reasons that I believe we built this referral system. Obviously, is to bump the chart, but it's also to give our community, to reward our community for doing what they were already doing. And we have this genius DAO that allows us to do this. I mean, that's wonderful. I'd be interested to see after the first month or two or whatever, to see, how much it actually cost the DAO, if you could put it that way. I think the estimate was no more than about 25% of the funds that would normally go to the DAO will be redirected to the referrers instead. And I'll take that all day long, because listen, man, people are, our community is telling their friends and family and people on socials about pTGC, even if they don't click on a referral link. It's marketing, right? So more people are going to hear about pTGC because of the referral system, because our community is incentivized to tell other people, So
yes,
go ahead, man.
I was just going to say that when Pulse Chain or pTGC rallies and green candles come through, you're going to see a lot more enthusiasm to try to earn as much as they can, and especially knowing that what they earn has no effect on the actual ecosystem itself. Really, it's going to be even probably a bigger deal, because you don't even really need to own pTGC to get that that reward in pTGC.
100%. Like I'm thinking of an influencer, 200,000 plus followers on X. And I think she's kind of ghosted on me, but maybe I need to circle back to her. But I'm like, this is my pitch. Because what I do is I said this on Spaces, like butter them up a little bit. People that I want to befriend, I genuinely want to be their friend or be an influence in their life. And I'll, comment on their post. Don't say anything. I don't say anything about pTGC off the bat. You know, I just don't. Nothing. I just comment on their post, interact with them a little bit, build up their trust. And then, you know, maybe later on I will like I've made good friends with somebody that's really influential on Pulse Chain. He knows I'm in he knows I'm in the Grays currencies. And I've not said anything. Not a thing. But I'm just waiting for that ripe time. And
Right.
so what I'll do, like with somebody that's outside of Pulse Chain, I can say something like, let me know if you are interested in learning more about a potential 1000x token that you don't even need to buy to get you something like that, you know? And of course they're going to say yes. And if they don't, I'll just sell them on it anyhow. Because, you know, the relationship would be burned at that point, probably, maybe. But when they say yes, then we have the conversation about the Grays and how they can literally shill their referral code to their audience and potentially make some really good cheese.
Yep. I've had somebody that asked me about the referral link affiliate link that is on the Go pTGC, and they asked some pretty good questions. One of them was, what happens if people just decide to sell whatever they're given? And I'm like, well, that's volume, so that's great, and they're burning tokens.
Yep.
And you know, more than likely they're not going to, unless they're onboarding like crazy amounts of people, which is still good for the system. They're not going to be able to really impact the chart like that. So it's like, it's not really a big deal, but it's smart on their end. If you're receiving the asset from someone using your referral link that has been up and to the right against Pulse, and you're already in Pulse, I don't know why I mean, everyone can do whatever they want to do with their crypto. That's why, you know, I like crypto, so you can do whatever you want. But it just makes sense that the game theory would be, you know, they could maybe even take that and stake it. Like if you check the public address that I have under Xtra Crypto, all that staked out, whatever I got was staked out 10 years and locked. So, I mean, there could be a lot of people that decide to do that. And then maybe, you know, the yield is something that you could think of, to whether it's dollar cost back into Pulse or PulseX, whatever it is. But I think it's just, for me, I don't want to get rid of something that's been performing better against the pairs that it was tied in with. So,
yeah, I want more of that asset. That's right. Which, yeah, I mean, there's like the two schools of thought. Like, you want to be, some people say you want to be all in on one thing. Other people are like, diversify. I'm like, right. I don't know which side to be on, but I can tell you what side I'm on when it comes to pTGC. I'm pretty laser focused. And so far so good. Hey, flawless operation for 2+ years, you know.
That's right.
So how are you reaching people on, how are you planning to market your referral link? Let's talk about this, because I think people want to know, like, how can we market our referral links? What are you doing?
Well, you could simply just talk about it and make more content. And then just naturally, by people looking at your content, they're going to come across it anyways. And then, you know, people are going to make whatever decision they make. I mean, me personally, I think that it's more important for me to onboard people than it is to think about myself in terms of like the referral link stuff, because, you know, I'm not as hungry to earn that stuff, because everything is kind of like set in stone for me. So like, this is just helping the community in whatever way I can. But I will say that if I would have had this referral link earlier while I was onboarding people, I would have had a lot more pTGC.
Yeah. I appreciate what you said, but there's also like, there's no time like the present to get started. You know, you gotta, it's like, if you want a tree, if you want to grow a tree, you got to plant one, and the trees take a while. So there's nothing wrong with getting started, you know, with your referral link. But I also appreciate what you said, that you don't got to do it. And probably many of us don't really need to, but for some of us that
it's useful.
What do you mean it's useful?
the referral program is useful for onboarding new people though. So like the people that are already floating around and existing, you know, maybe they go, you know, really hard in marketing that aspect of it, or maybe they're just like, you know, kind of like passive with it. Like, yeah, if you want to check it out, here's my referral link, and, you know, however you want to market it. But it's important that I think this affiliate program reaches new people, because I think new people getting excited about earning tokens just from referring people and it not affecting the ecosystem whatsoever. The funds were already going to be in the DAO anyways, right? So like whatever the DAO funds, whatever they're going to be used for, it's only the top 100. Is it stakers or wallets that can decide what to do with the DAO? Stakers, right? So
stakers, yeah.
So it's just a useful tool to get, I think, new people more so than the existing people, because you and I both know we've been around for a little bit. You probably more so than me in pTGC, and we're kind of like, you know, we might be dollar cost averaging, we might be, you know, talking to people here and there, but, you know, we're familiar with this ecosystem. So we have our convictions, we have our excitement, but it's reserved because we understand that, you know, during volatility, it's especially on the downside, it's hard to really get new people, right? But if a new person comes through and they're not really familiar with the ecosystem, but they're able to take advantage of the system and we benefit from that directly, that's, I think to me, that's a bigger deal.
Right on. Yeah, I want to talk to Eddie in the chat. Hey, Eddie, I appreciate you being here today. He says, I only believe in the core coins right now, but I've been looking at pTGC for a while. Right on, dude. Welcome. Cool. Yeah. I dropped a video in the chat, in the comments, and it's on my YouTube, guys, if you want to go find it. It's titled, let me get the title real quick. pTGC crypto is a core caliber DeFi asset. And I hesitated to call it like an outright core token, but that's what I was driving at in that video. And I'll so what you can do, Eddie, is go to your deck screener and look at the pTGC, whatever core asset you want to look at, pTGC core asset, and click on the core and look at pTGC in terms of that core asset, and then zoom out, zoom way out on the chart. Look at it on the monthly or weekly. And then just have a look at those core assets and pTGC's performance against them. It's impressive. Not trying to talk you out of anything. I'm just trying to talk you into something.
I'll say this to Eddie too, that because I understand where people come from when they're like, well, Richard Hart is proven already, so I'm kind of just rolling with the big dog on his own chain and whatever. But if you look at the liquidity, pTGC is up there with access to liquidity, and that's all you should really care. You should care about tokenomics, game theory, is there burns, and then you should look at liquidity. Is the distribution amongst the holders good? You know, all that stuff. So when you look at pTGC opposed to something like Hex, you're getting a deflationary asset where Hex is inflationary, and you're getting more yield because of the volume. And with Hex, you're not getting as much yield right now. So if you're one of those people that you're in crypto because you like accumulating units, you really like the core tokens, in my opinion, it kind of makes sense to be in pTGC if you're so gung-ho about getting more Richard Hart core tokens, just because it's a better performing asset. So you're given better options when this asset performs to do whatever you like, whether you want to keep staking pTGC, whatever it is, right? But the main things that you should look at: tokenomics, is there buy and burn? Where's the how much liquidity is there, which there's a ton, and the token distribution amongst the top holders.
Yep, those are important things to bear in mind when you're looking at, you know, pretty much any project. So yeah, my vision for pTGC for this year is I want to get back to 20 to 1. I want to have 20,000 holders, and by the time Pulse Chain hits 2x SAC price, 0.0002, that's my goal for pTGC. And just for, for what I'm doing for onboarding people into pTGC with my referral link is I just got a QR code on my X profile. I think I have I do have the link in my profile. And then on my YouTube, same thing. And then I'm going to shill it every now and again, that referral link. I'm going to shill it every now and again on my X. And then I've got a media asset, like when I'm streaming, like I'm going to update this, but I got this in 3D, and I'm not going to, put it up here much because it's just you and I. But, when I'm streaming or people are sitting in their family room like they do and watch me, they can take their phone and go beep. It brings them straight to go ptgc.com with my referral link. But there's material on my website, guys, the prairiebanana.com. There's a marketing section. I'm going to put more stuff in there. And I got to do some work on my site this week, but there's material in there. There are flyers. You can drop flyers on your X or other socials with your referral link. And these flyers are editable. You can download them and add your referral link to them and then get them out onto your socials. And I created a Telegram for the referral system for marketing pTGC. And I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I don't have it on a hotkey on the keyboard. Let me see. Yeah, I sure don't. I have it in my saved messages. I want to drop it in. So give me just a second to find that. It's called the pTGC Marketing Syndicate. If you guys want to jump in, like if you're interested in marketing pTGC, jump into that Telegram, the pTGC Marketing Syndicate. It's a public channel, and it's going to be all about marketing your referral links. So everything in there is fair game. If you got some kind of secret sauce that you don't want to disclose, then keep it out of that chat, because anything that goes on in there is fair game. And then I've got my other a private chat. Hey, I've got a private chat, and there's a link to it. And that's mostly for new people coming into crypto. And then Xtra just showed the hardcover book, and which you've had for a few weeks. And that's, guys, if you want to learn about pTGC, you can get the book. You can get it for free if you buy $3,000 with my referral link. And then you can take your time learning about pTGC. What did you think about the book, man?
I liked the book. I like that you're able to. So a lot of times on spaces when we talk about stuff, it's more about listening than it is visual sometimes. So I think it's good to get the book to really kind of look at things on a visual perspective of where Pulse is at, where pTGC is at, tokenomics and things like that. I think it's a really good book.
Thank you. Yep. There's here, I'll pop it up. My website, theprairiebanana.com. And you can, so here's the marketing section. Here's a little bit about pTGC and UFO, guys. You can, like, there's a write-up here. There's a video. There's a video. It's just an intro. And then if you go to my YouTube channel, there is a playlist that you guys can use all the videos from. And they're from, let me remove this from the screen. They're clean. Like, they don't have my marketing stuff on them. My referral link, my website, all that junk. Okay, is removed on this one playlist called Clean Videos. And some of them are the videos that you can send to your onboards that will walk them through how to get onto Pulse Chain and into pTGC. And some of them are just a strong plug for pTGC. And you can pass those around. Those are on that clean list playlist. What else? Did you know that you can have multiple referral codes and post them around? And then you can like test your market. You can see like you could put one on Facebook and put one on Instagram and see which one garners more activity, So that's
remember when I was going to say, remember when we were in the test phase and then I accidentally put my link on my YouTube channel, just, not really knowing like whether like I just put it there because I was like, oh, I think it's live. And then it was like, it wasn't. I was like, okay, I'll take it down because I don't want anything. And then someone actually used it. like someone that was like totally like I had no idea what happened.
Yeah. So I had a similar experience last Friday. Somebody bought some pTGC, and I have no idea who it was. I mean, I put it up. I put the link up on my X that day, I think, and then that was it. And somebody literally bought pTGC with my link. I went and looked at. Well, I looked at the main site, Go pTGC, and there it was. And I was like, "Wow, that's cool." John may ask a question. So when someone uses your referral link, do you get pTGC for every time they buy more, or it's a one-time thing? It's every time. Okay, and here's the qualification. Here's how it works mechanically, codally. When somebody clicks on your referral link, it'll bring them to goptgc.com. Great. But they got to connect their wallet. Once they connect their wallet to Go pTGC with your referral link embedded in the where in the site, the site makes a connection between their wallet and your referral and permanently marries them so that whenever they go to buy pTGC from the site with that wallet, you will get a referral. You'll get 2% of whatever they spend. It can never be undone. Now, if they want to go create their own referral link, they got to go use a different wallet. Or if they want to bypass the website, they can go to PulseX and just buy pTGC on PulseX and bypass the referral system altogether. But that's how it works. It's very sticky, which is very normal in the business world.
Yeah.
So you could put your referral link in a QR code and put it on a business card, put it on a sticker, put it on a billboard. Xtra. You know what I have a vision for? I think it's going to happen. Somebody's going to do a billboard. Somebody's going to do a football commercial. Someone's going to send out postcards, door-to-door, direct mail, something like that, with their referral codes or not, and make an ROI on that marketing campaign. And like, you could literally do, like, say, build up $1,000 in referral money, right? And then just do an inexpensive $1,000 postcard campaign, and maybe make let's call it $5,000 in referral money, and then you could get your $1,000 back, and then do a $4,000 direct mail marketing campaign, something like that, and then get your money back from that one. And it could go on and on as long as you're good at marketing. I think there's going to be some people doing that this cycle.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it would benefit them to do that. You could probably, I mean, I'm not saying that this will happen, but you could see somebody who they're up massively in profit. They cut some off the top to put into marketing for a referral link.
Yeah.
And then that kind of picks up the momentum on the advertisement level. Like you said, you could have a billboard over a highway, running commercials, all that stuff. Like you could absolutely do that stuff.
Totally. 100%. I mean, it's fun, man. You get up in the morning and you go to, like, I'm going to two different sites, the main site, goptgc.com, and then the affiliates page on ptgc-ufo.com. And you just never know. Like the last three, and this refreshes every 24 hours. It's overnight for us in the United States. But this is the ones that popped up this morning. These are the most three recent purchases. And then and that's on the affiliates tab. And then if you go to the main page, onboarding, you can select leaderboard. And here are the all the purchases for all the referrers, right? And you were the very first one. You were the very first legit referral.
People are dusting me now. I mean, take a look at the leaderboard. That's great. That's awesome to see.
Yeah. Staker Slade's in the lead. Good job, Staker Slade.
Yeah.
Eddie says, right now, the only thing I'm doing is buying on green candles, and I have not bought any in a while. Yeah. I hear you, man.
You know what? I can't even.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of like that because it's a new chain. So like we've already been down so much that it's understandable when people were like, well, I think this is a good time now because we're down so low. And you're always having that on a new chart. Like you think it's time and then boom, you go down another 20%. It was completely normal in crypto. But when things do pick up, I think a lot of people are going to be happy that they were in pTGC and UFO, especially when the markets turn around and Pulse turns around. Those are going to be great tokens to be inside of, especially earning yield, like passive income, and just overall, like I this. I'm a big proponent in wherever you're at, you should have a league position. Like you should look at wherever you want to be at and try to get as much tokens as you can because you don't the less people you're at the mercy of, the better.
Oh yeah.
So I think if you're going to get a position, load up on that position. Not financial advice, obviously, but that's just what I believe. I think if you're going to be in cryptocurrency, being over diverse or allocated in so many other tokens, opposed to just being in really good, maybe 5 or 6 tokens that you really, really like, you're better off just tying up your bags and accumulating more of the units.
Agreed. Hey, 23 people on YouTube. That's really great. That's great. It's more than I had on yesterday's stream. Well, this is a kind of a different kind of stream too. So I'm going to answer John May, and I'm going to talk a little bit about marketing. I'll be with you, Holland. John says, I'm going to make stickers up with the QR code with my link on it, and he's going to stick them all over the place. He's going to be the pTGC sticker guy. You go, John.
Nice. Yeah. Subways, all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, stickers are cheap and kids like stickers, just saying. Yeah. So guys, join the Gold Circle Space Force if you can. Some people can, some people can't. It's okay. And, but if you go to secretobank.com, click on the Grays tab, and then you can upload your profile picture, download a new one with that attractive gold circle. And that just helps our marketing, as you can imagine, whenever we're public. And you just upload it to your YouTube, Telegram, Twitter, Gold Circle Space Force, guys. And then we talked about that. There's a video on my YouTube about how to create your referral link. And I may have dropped it in here earlier. Then let's see. Oh, we need people to start YouTube channel. I'm always saying that. TikTok. Somebody needs to dominate on TikTok, Instagram. What else? What else about marketing? Send me influencers. Like if you see somebody that's coming over that has like a lot of followers on X, turn me on to them, because I'll do that. I mean, we can get the founder, especially if they have a YouTube channel. We are looking for people to stream with. So help me out with that. I mean, I can't be everywhere. So if I miss something, send them my way, man. Get me in front of them.
I'm onboarding 2 people to try to actively stream more, and I might be doing more content with them. They're people that have been probably in this ecosystem as long as I have, and they take it just as seriously as I do. So those will be 2 good additions, in my opinion.
Sweet. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it for there. I mean, we can get really in the weeds on stuff, but Holland has a tricky question. So once that wallet is permanently paired to a referral link, if they buy pTGC from that wallet without using the site, does the reward creator still earn reward from the buys? No, they have to be on the site. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I wish the site would show a reward creator how much more pTGC would need to be bought to be on the leaderboard. Okay, the leaderboard on Go pTGC is everybody, all the wallets.
Yeah.
But the one on ptgc-ufo.com has a section where you can see how much you need to buy or how much needs to be bought under your referral code to meet the minimum. So let's have a look at one of these. Let's see if we can get right on this. Look, this dude, DeFi Mission, he's had 13 buys, and you got to hit a minimum threshold of $250 worth of pTGC, and he's at 104. So at 250, you meet the minimum, which would be like for $5. That's the minimum, $5 for DeFi Mission at the end of this month, if he can get to 250. Does that make sense, guys?
What is that reward equal to if he gets the bare minimum and pTGC does 150x?
Now hold up a second. Hold up. I think you were talking some language there. Run that by me again.
I was saying that, so that amount, that if he were to get that bare minimum of $4 to $5 of pTGC, what could that potential reward be if pTGC does 150x from here?
That'd be 5 times 150.
Because that's really what you got to look at when you're looking at.
You're right. That's $750. That $5 would become $750. It's 63,000. Yeah. $5 of pTGC right now is 63,605 pTGC, which at 100x would be worth $750. Let's see. Well, a million at one time was $1,300. At the all-time high, a million was $1,300. Now it's $78 divided by, so we're, wait, 1 million, no, 1,300 divided by 78, we'll call it 79. We're 16.5x below our previous all-time high. But valid point, man. It's like, that's $5, man. Oh, well. What's a good got to think future, extend that time horizon, because it could be worth a lot in the future. Super Snake,
and that not everybody is in crypto for the same reasons, but it's still good to at least be involved in an ecosystem that's price performing well. So
yeah, and the same goes for our reflections and staking.
If you're going to do the bare minimum, even if you're like not all the way like, well, I'm still skeptical, I still like Richard Hart tickers, even still, like that price appreciation we just went over.
Yep. So, and the same goes for our standard rewards or reflections and staking that we get day in and day out. Those are going to appreciate too. It's a cool system. John May has 2 on boards today. He's going to go talk to them and give them his referral link. Right on, man. Right on. Yeah. Like a business card, I think would be like, I'm almost thinking for myself, because if you don't, a business card is not a bad idea, and put a QR code on there. Otherwise you got to text, because I got to text somebody today my referral link. That works. Okay. Been selling because life's been happening to me right now. John May, here for the tech. Okay, man. John May is good at lighting up the chat. Well, man, what else? Bitcoin's down under 68,000. Ethereum's under 2,000 again.
So I was gonna ask you on your thoughts over some of the things that are going on chain. Do you think there's a lot of coincidences to things, or do you think it's always explainable by, worst case scenario? Because there's been a lot of things on chain that have been happening at key pivotal points. I would say inside at least the chart, where it's very suspicious in the timing of everything. I don't know what's your thoughts on stuff like that.
I do have thoughts on that. I just don't have evidence. I don't have anything to back up my
right.
opinion.
No, I don't have evidence either.
No evidence to back up my opinion that things seem to be like maybe even artificially suppressed, you know. So
Mm,
that's what of course I want to think that too. You know, that's this
true,
yeah,
true.
you know,
Because what's
but
the
I just
alternating side of that, right? It's like it's something not good. So it's either really, really bullish or it's like bearish. There's no, I don't think there's really any in between. It's just whatever you think, really.
yeah. So if it were on purpose, it would be for a purpose, right? And the
Right.
purpose could, and if it's by a certain certain entity, then it could
Yeah.
only be for a benevolent purpose, in my opinion. So that's how I choose to think. If it's being artificially held down, sold down, or whatever, then it's for a positive outcome that we just need to be patient for, right?
Right. Yeah. All of it is suspicious to me. But I have to, kind of just go with what the chain is telling me. It's DeFi. DeFi is going to be tricky. You're not going to know everything, right? But at the same time, I just think, I don't know, some of it's kind of funny to me with the timing of stuff. But
That's for sure. Yeah. We'll see what
who
happens,
knows?
man.
Could be a coincidence.
Yep. Could be a quinky dink. We'll see, man. I think that over
I'm
here in the
excited for it. I'm excited for everything, man. No, go ahead.
yeah, somebody's internet is getting the hiccups. It's either yours or mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm
I
excited for
think
the
mine
future.
was.
Okay. It's I think well, I've been watching a lot of people. Of course, I'm attracted to people that have a positive outlook on the near future for crypto because that's where I'm attracted to positivity. And so I've been watching a
Yeah.
couple of guys. I don't even recall their names, but Khalid on crypto is one of them. Love that guy. He's very excited about it. Man, I've been listening to 4, if you count him, up 5 people. Crypto 7, Khalid on crypto. This guy that I just getting to know, which is high altitude investing, and then 2 other guys. One of them being mostly a Bitcoin guy, and all of these gentlemen are giving like solid evidence for hang on to your butts, boys. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for the near future. But if it don't happen,
Absolutely.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just excited overall with what's going to happen with the chain, how it's going to be marketed in totality. And I think whatever success Pulse Chain has is just a crazy amplifier for pTGC and UFO.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think that the Gray's currencies holders are going to be very content. I am very content holding these tokens. I want them to appreciate more in value, but I just gotta be patient. All of us need to. We're all holding the same value, and I want to. But you know, interesting that this reward system launches at such a time, right? Like where we literally were in March of 2024. People, you talk about reversing the clock for 2 years. People have an opportunity now to get in where some of my, we're just after where I got in, just at like a month after. It's amazing. It's an amazing opportunity over on Pulse Chain, and man, you could pick up 1 million tokens right now for $78. And in my, like I say it all the time, my head is that these tokens are going to $1. It's a $78 millionaire, man, before taxes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, most definitely. There's a lot of price appreciation opportunity for sure, especially just even picking it up a little bit, from where we're at right now. There's going to be significant moves, I would imagine.
Yep. We're gonna be here for it. All right, man. If there's nothing else, I think we'll just go ahead and wrap it up, man.
Cool. I had fun, man. This is a good stream.
Cool. We'll do it again.
My internet's a little wonky. My internet's a little bad, so I apologize for that. But I had fun.
Right. That's cool. It happens, man. Spaces tonight, guys, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Be there, be square. We got the founder on. If you got any questions you want to ask Zen, the founder, or myself, other people in the community, jump in. And also he will have a Telegram chat tomorrow. He always has one on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Those are good. I like when he does those.
I like the Telegram chats. Most of the time I'm too busy that I can't just listen in, but when I'm able to, it's like good stuff, really good stuff. When he and Mando get talking, especially, they get into I call it theory, and it's so good. You guys should jump in and try it sometime. All right, gents, ladies, we'll shut it down. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Have a good week.